Now, we want to talk about the taxman. The taxman is not usually benevolent. They do things without fear or favour. If you owe money, they demand it. If you don't pay it, they impose penalties upon you. But there is some, perhaps it's good news for those who may have some outstanding USC and income tax liabilities that arise from their receipt of the Temporary Wage Subsidy Scheme and the PUP, the Pandemic Unemployment Payment. Good news, if that's how you describe it, from the Revenue Commissioners. What are they doing?
Well, look, the Revenue Commissioner are very much aware of the extraordinary circumstances in which the economy and our society is in at the moment. And all the actions they take are driven, of course, by law and the need also to be fair in terms of how issues are dealt with. I've been on your show a number of times now, Pat, in relation to the wage subsidy scheme that we had when the crisis hit Ireland, and then the current scheme that we now have, which have played a pivotal role in the saving of hundreds of thousands of jobs. And you've quizzed me in recent months then regarding the issue of what would happen if any tax liability built up during the emergency wage subsidy scheme that was developed when the pandemic arrived here in Ireland. And what the Revenue Commissioner are making clear is that if any tax liability does develop, and it's most likely to happen in the wage subsidy scheme that happened at the time of crisis, that if one does develop for any taxpayer, they will allow that tax liability to be paid off over 4 years. And while I do expect the tax liability that could develop to be small, this has been a very, very difficult year for so many, and allowing this to be paid off over a number of years should hopefully allow this matter to be dealt with in a way that is careful and fair for all.
So if, suppose you owed £1,000, you'd be expected to pay 250 a year over 4 years, if that's what you chose. I mean, you might be better off and want to get rid of it, but there'll be no penalties accruing. Is that the notion of this?
There won't be interest charged on it, and the option will be there, of course, that you could pay it off upfront if you wanted in a single payment.
OK, and it begins only not in 2021 but in 2022, so the can is kicked fairly substantially down the road.